this is
Right.
not the usual way President Marcos handles things. He's very cautious. In his cabinet revamp, it was, hardly anybody was booted out. And then now you have this very sudden dismissal.
Right.
What's behind it? It's very strange.
I'll follow up before you boys answer.
Sure.
Do you think this is him trying to say, look, I'm now decisive, I am now fast, and, ayoko na, so...
Kaso wala naman daw unlawful na ginawa. Wala namang...
Right, exactly. I think this will retroactively be fixed once General Torre accepts something. Kasi if the more they give details, the more it ties their hands. Diba? Kasi hindi mo naman pwede i-promote ang isang tao sa higher position or cabinet position if mayroon siyang ginawang mali, 'di ba? If wala naman siyang ginawang mali, bakit mo siya tinanggal ng ganito, 'di ba? So it's really an impossible catch-22 situation for the president. There's different readings. One reading is actually the president's hands were forced allegedly because the former PNP chief nag-overreach siya. The other version is that PNP chief was trying to make sure the ranks are in a certain order. If ever some big things come, who knows, maybe another ICC warrant of arrest, right? So there are different versions of this. So I think the president will try to square the circle or split the difference by giving probably something more than a consuelo to General Torre. So I think it's very smart for General Torre to play coy now, make sure that nothing is said against him, to give him leverage. And then, exactly as Ronald said, if ever he's going to be offered anything, hindi lang dapat tugma dun sa expertise niya. Dapat klaro yung mandato niya. Meron talaga siyang power and meron siyang kumbaga runway all the way to 2028, because I think it's pretty clear that General Torre has something in sight come 2028, and I can't blame him for that. But more importantly, General Torre has made many enemies. Marami siya siguro binangga sa loob, pero lalong-lalo marami siyang binangga sa labas, di ba? Yung mga Duterte camp, galit na galit sila sa kanya. He has been the face of crackdown on the Dutertes, from the Quiboloy situation to the Duterte. To be honest, ako, friendly advice, if ever kaibigan ko siya, sasabihin ko, you cannot come down from the tiger, diba? So General Torre also has to be very careful about his next moves. He's still a four-star general. He's still part of the PNP. So if ever he retires and moves on, he has to make sure he's also insulated kasi ang dami rin niyang kalaban. So it's quite a tricky situation, but I think if General Torre plays his cards well, and he has the media and a lot of people on his side, in a sense that they're quite sympathetic, at least to his version of things, then I think he can work it out with the president eventually.
What do you think he's going to run for in 2028, Richard? So before Ronald answers, because you keep mentioning 2028, his sides are in 2020. Well, I'm asking Richard, is there something
I mean, he's not the first PNP chief to have his side, at least on the Senate, right? There's already one PNP chief there, Senator Lacson. There's another PNP chief, former General PNP Bato. I think if you look at just the charisma and the momentum of this person, I think it's quite reasonable for him to expect something, at least a Senate run. But I'll leave it to our resident political expert, Ronald Llamas, to talk about it, because he seems not very happy with me grabbing the
And Ronald, if you may add, curious that the first official he visits is Congresswoman De Lima.
Yes, maganda yun, no? Ibig sabihin, even now, na-tell siya, ay meron siyang PR strategy. No? Posible, in-advisean siya ni Richard na hindi ako happy na kasabay ko rito.
Just to be clear, hindi yan totoo.
Hindi, again, inuulit ko, hindi kami privy dun sa mga dahilan. Yun talagang mas malalim na dahilan dito sa pagtanggal sa kanya. Pero tingin ko yung dahilan ay compelling enough para hindi lang yung NAPOLCOM o hindi lang yung DILG Secretary ang involved. Mismo yung Executive Secretary at mismo yung Presidente apparently are involved, no, dito sa pagtanggal sa kanya. Medyo nabanggit nga yan ni Secretary Remulla kahapon. No? Usually kasi pinoprotektahan mo yung principal, yung presidente. Dito binanggit niya na may kinalaman dito ang presidente. Natingin ko, totoo naman na may kinalaman. Ibig sabihin, baka merong dahilan na hindi namin alam ni Richard na mas malalim. Kaya nga ang focus namin is the optics. Yung optics. Kaya doon kami nagpo-focus. Dahil yun ay nakikita natin. Katulad ng ito yung nangyaring dynamics, sabi nga ni Richard, itong mga appointment, reappointment, pero yan, sabi nga ni General Torre, these are administrative issues na pwedeng ayusin non-antagonistically. Yun nga yung sinabi niya the other day, na may mga away, may mga dynamics, pero all of these are administrative at united pa rin ang PNP. Mukhang mali siya na hindi lang ito administrative. This is a bigger issue, no? Pero pag nakita mo, nabanggit nyo nga, ay nasa PR mode si General Torre.
Correct.
Ganda nung kanyang pagdala ng cake kay Laila de Lima. Another icon. Another popular icon. Ibig sabihin ay hindi lang siya tatahimik sa isang sulok. Kahit sinabi niya na siya ay magbabakasyon muna.
So politics, you agree with Richard na politics and could be in the horizon?
I'm almost sure. Tatakbo siya for at the very least senator. Tingin ko just a hint. Perhaps yung dahilan, yung mas malalim na dahilan kung bakit siya tinanggal o at least bahagi ng dahilan sa kanyang pagtanggal ay baka meron siyang mga ambitions na hindi niya tinitimbre sa kanyang higher-ups. Ni Machiavelli, never outshine your masters.
Oo nga eh.
You've been saying that.
Masyado kang magaling, medyo wag mo masyadong ipahalata. No? O wag mo masyadong...
Pero Ronald, masisisi mo ba siya? I
dahil-
mean, he has taken more risks than practically everyone in the cabinet of Marcos. I think he's the only one you can say has probably more than 50% approval rating. I mean, he's the most popular guy and meteoric yung kanyang rise. And look at it, right and left. He was the champion of SONA, President Marcos. So ako, feeling ko baka there's also human error or some would say human hubris. Diba? Na, baka naman, things move too fast.
Looking
and
back,
that affected his judgment maybe.
looking back at that SONA, sarcastic ba si Presidente? Parang hindi naman, di ba?
No, the president really, I mean, he was the star of the show. I was at Batasan there. Everyone wanted to take picture with him, except me. He came to me and he praised my shadow king, which Ronald Llamas does not appreciate, but General Torre does apparently. 4-star General Ronald.